Hi everyone, Celt here, bringing you my thoughts on the British royal family and Harry and Meghan. And today I'll be talking about King Charles and his funeral arrangements. So, these controversial funeral plans of King Charles are really getting people talking right now because of the puzzling inclusion of Prince Harry, Meghan Markle and their alleged children. I'm diving into the contradictions in King Charles's approach, questioning whether this is a genuine attempt at reconciliation or a calculated performance to distract from more significant issues. I'll also share my perspective that Archie and Lily might not even exist. And I'll highlight ex-posts and recent articles that fuel skepticism about the royal narrative. So, let's start with the funeral plans, codenamed Operation Menai Bridge, as reported by The Telegraph and Hindustan Times in late June 2025. Charles has reportedly insisted that Harry and Meghan play prominent roles in his state funeral. Can you believe this? Modelled on Queen Elizabeth II's 2022 ceremony. Harry is expected to walk alongside Prince William in the procession through London, symbolising brotherly unity. Now, how is that going to play out? Can you imagine William wanting anything to do with this? Meghan is slated for the family vigil at Westminster Hall and the funeral service at Westminster Abbey. What could possibly go wrong, is what I say. Notably, the alleged children, supposedly aged 6 and 3, are included in the ceremonies, though their attendance would depend, it said, on their parents' decision. On the surface, this looks like Charles is extending an olive branch, and I hate that word nowadays, to mend the royal rift, but this is what's being said. Strained since Harry and Meghan stepped back in 2020. And then, as we know, that was all fueled by Harry's book, Spare, and their Netflix series and the 2021 Oprah interview. But I believe that this is a carefully staged performance, and the inclusion of these alleged children, who we've seen so little of that I question whether they even exist, might be a distraction from bigger issues. The lack of public appearances by these children, with only curated photos released by Harry and Meghan, raises doubts. Could their supposed involvement in the funeral be a way to keep the public focused on family drama instead of probing deeper royal matters? Charles's actions don't align with this reconciliation narrative. He's reportedly snubbed Harry during UK visits, ignored his calls, and evicted the Sussexes from Frogmore Cottage. Just this week, on July the 1st, 2025, sources claimed Charles is delaying passport applications for the alleged Archie and Lily, which seems odd if he wants them at his funeral. If these children exist and are meant to play a role, why complicate their ability to travel to the UK? This feels like a contradiction, suggesting Charles is orchestrating a public show while privately keeping Harry and Meghan at a distance, possibly to divert attention from more pressing concerns. Now, I wonder whether this is to get the people focused on the actual passports. If the whole thing is being complicated, then isn't it getting people to focus on it? And getting more people to even question the existence of the children? An ex-post from @Sussex5525 captures this skepticism. Charles wants Harry and Meghan at his funeral but can't be bothered to meet his grandkids or answer Harry's calls. Sounds like he's playing both sides for the headlines. And another user @TruthSeeker22 takes it further. Charles and William want Harry close for the funeral, but only on their terms. They're controlling the narrative and maybe the logistics to keep him in check. These posts align with my view that the funeral plans, including the mysterious children, are a distraction from issues that the palace do not want scrutinised. And as far as William goes, he is furious about Harry and Meghan's inclusion, fearing that they'll turn the funeral into a media circus, leveraging it for their brand as seen with Netflix and Spare. He's reportedly planning to strip their HRH titles when he becomes king. If William opposes their involvement, how realistic is it for Harry and Meghan and these alleged children to take centre stage? It feels like King Charles is setting up a narrative of unity that might not hold, perhaps to shift focus from other things. Meghan's role is particularly shaky. She was excluded from Balmoral during Queen Elizabeth's passing in 2022, and some royals, including William and Catherine, reportedly want her sidelined to avoid drama, and can you blame them? After last time when she appeared at the Windsor walkabout, allegedly reeking of alcohol. An ex-user at Candid Coverage stated, "Meghan won't be welcome at the funeral. Charles might say she's included, but William and the palace will make sure she's sidelined. Mark my words." If Meghan's inclusion is uncertain and the children's existence is questionable, the entire plan feels like a performance to keep the public hooked on the royal soap opera rather than questioning the other things that seem to be coming out into the open, not least the cost of the eco-friendly funeral or palace transparency about other matters. The timing of these plans is so suspicious. We have King Charles's ongoing cancer treatment and a July the 2nd In Touch weekly report about an incurable condition, suggesting urgency. So by emphasising Harry and Meghan and these alleged children, Charles might be crafting a legacy of unity to overshadow health concerns or financial scrutiny. An ex-post from @RoyalWatcher88 sums it up. This is Charles trying to look like the good guy while keeping Harry at arm's length. Funeral plans are just a PR stunt to rewrite his legacy. I do agree with this. It feels like a diversion from bigger issues. Security is another red flag. Harry has stressed the need for robust protection in the UK since losing state-funded security in 2020. Palace aides claim funeral security is sorted, but ongoing passport disputes for the alleged Archie and Lily suggest otherwise. If these children don't exist, as I suspect, the passport issue could be a fabricated plot point to keep the drama alive, distracting from questions about royal security budgets or King Charles's health management. The commercial angle reinforces this. On July the 1st, Charles's Highgrove Gardens announced a 15% discount on its sparkling English rosé, the same day that Meghan launched her As Ever rosé wine. An ex-user @RoyalTeaSpill noted, Charles pushes a wine discount the same day as Meghan's launch. That's not reconciliation, that's shade. This timing suggests Charles is competing with Meghan, keeping the public focused on petty rivalries rather than, say, royal estate profits. The inclusion of Archie and Lily in the funeral plans, despite their near invisibility, feels like yet another layer of this performance. An ex-user from @BuyTwit takes a dark... Sorry, I do laugh at that handle. Takes a darker view. Charles wants Harry and Meghan at his funeral to look like a loving father, but he's setting them up to fail. It's all about control, not family. I think the whole thing is theatre, don't you? While extreme, this does go along with the belief of many that the Sussex children might be a narrative tool, their supposed roles in the funeral designed to keep us debating instead of questioning the royal priorities. Ultimately, Charles's funeral plans are riddled with contradictions. If reconciliation is the goal, why the snubs, the passport delays? Why spotlight children we've barely seen, whose existence a lot of us doubt? Obviously, to put the focus on these children, on the fact that we don't really see consistent photographs or videos of these children. Maybe this is all to wake people up, to get them to actually look at what's really going on here. So, what do you think? Is this about family unity? Is Charles throwing shade at Meghan? Or is this a smokescreen for much bigger royal secrets? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you haven't already, subscribe, like if you liked it, and ding the bell to receive alerts for more videos, especially my Royal Mysteries series, which I will be adding to again very shortly. Thanks again for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.